welcome to Edinboro Essentials, where we bring you the biggest headlines from around campus. I'm Sabrina Bootz.
And I'm Zemanek, and let's get into tonight's top stories.
Edinboro's Student Government Association and University Planning Programming Board welcomed neon trees last week. To the excitement of many, last Saturday, Neon Trees performed in Macomb Fieldhouse. Neon Trees delivered, bringing their high-energy performance and bringing with them their biggest hits, which includes Everybody Talks, Animal, and 1983. And at the concert, I had a chance to sit down and interview them. Hi guys, so we're here with the Neon Trees. So I'm going to start out with our first question. So how did you guys come up with the name Neon Trees?
Me and Chris grew up in Southern California, and I mean, everyone knows In-N-Out now, but back then it was sort of niche. And they have these little neon palm tree lights in their. We're a burger restaurant, fast food restaurant band, unfortunately. But it's a good. No, we're just kids and like thinking of names, and it's like neon trees. There's a neon palm tree. It was like. Yeah.
It's nice that you can have something from like days past that you can like
I
look
think so.
on. Yeah.
It's got. If no one knew, it just sounds cool.
So do you guys have any like pre-concert rituals that you always do before you perform?
We do dumb, lame stuff like talk about.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, answer.
I do handstands and like calisthenics and stuff like that.
And that's
to warm
lame?
up.
I was thinking
cool.
like we could be literally talking about our favorite Julia Roberts movie like 30 seconds before we walk on stage.
I mean, like the necessities.
Yeah.
And is there like an album of yours that you think that the concept of the album stands out the best, or that you guys like the best?
I'm not saying this because it's our last record that we put out, but our album I Can Feel You Forgetting Me, we put out in 2020, which was like a hard time to put out music because there was a lot else going on. But I think it's a really cool record, and it moves us forward sonically, and I think the concept is really cool. It's about feeling like it's that feeling of being ghosted within 10 songs. And for me, like, I love a sad album that can like encapsulate all the feelings, even in like a high energy song. And I think that's what we kind of done best, is like marry sad, emotional human things with like really upbeat sonics and sound.
Yeah, and I think like you said, it was very apparent for the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing else would kind of like be a good segue than you guys talking about reintroducing new like sonically.
Yeah.
I guess what genre would you guys like to break into if you are looking to get into like a new subgenre?
We have a record coming out this fall, our fifth album, and it's done. So I would say it sounds like the most Neon Trees. I think every new record we put out sounds like the most solidified version of what we sound like. I would love to make a full-on dance record, like in the vein of Charlie XCX and Dua Lipa, like, but with our vocals on it and our sort of approach to it. We do have really danceable rock songs, but I think it'd be fun to really lean into that like specific texture for like 10 songs or something. That'd be really cool.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of that, like, is there any specific like music videos you had the most fun creating?
What do you think?
I mean, I Love You But I Hate Your Friends was like something that we kind of did grassroots, and it was ridiculous. It was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I think the Everybody Talks video was just giant. It almost felt like we were making a movie because we had multiple sets and big cranes and tons of extras. And yeah, and when you go that large, you're like, you really lean into it. But I think that was it's 10 years now, 12 years ago. But that was such a blast to do. Yeah. It's always fun when you have a budget to play with.
And lastly, what do you guys feel like road travel? Is there any like unspoken problems with that, or like what's that like?
I would say, sorry if I'm hogging the mic. Road travel, I would say just us getting older. Like we're still young, but like we're not, 25 anymore. So it's like, you feel it a little bit more. This weekend we had a 3:15 lobby call after we played a show till like 10 p.m. So it was like not getting sleep and flights and like I think all of us can muster energy in the moment and like turn a switch on, but when this fails, I feel like out of bounds and like unable. So it's kind of that kind of stuff where you're reminded, as much as you can flip a switch on and become something else, you're still a human being at the end of the day.
So I grew up just kind of obsessed with performing, anything I could do, dancing, acting, singing. And I started off kind of a musical theater girly, in the musicals, every musical I could be in. And then I started writing music when I was like 14. And I was connected at some show that I did to a producer. I grew up in New York, so some producers out there. And I recorded some terrible, terrible demos that I hope never see the light of day. I think number one is just kind of pushing people's judgment away. Like, everyone has their say of what they think you should be doing, if you're doing well, what to do, what to say, what to sing, what your song should sound like. So I think really just like finding your identity and staying true to yourself is really important in like the beginning phases of an artist's career. And I think having thick skin too, like people are so brutal on TikTok and social media. Like, it's just, some of the comments are like, wow, that literally was what I'm insecure about. Thank you. But growing a thick skin.
Edinboro's 22nd annual health fair was held last Wednesday in Polk Student Center. The fair was free and open to all members of the community. The event included wellness vendors, freebies, health information, and the chance to win raffle baskets.
To help celebrate scholastic achievement across all 3 Penn West campuses, each of the 3 campuses conducted their annual highlight of student scholarship and creative achievement. On the Edinboro campus, the celebration of scholarship was held last Wednesday to showcase a variety of student work. The pieces of work, such as independent research or creative projects, independent studies, and scholarly or creative projects, and upper-level courses were displayed on poster boards on the 2nd floor of the library for everyone to observe.
The Distinguished Alumni Awards occurred annually and are presented to Edinboro graduates who have made a significant impact in their fields of knowledge. 4 Edinboro alumni were chosen this year, with each honoree receiving an original artwork created by ceramics major Ainsley Kissel. A reception was held prior to the ceremony featuring a table of snacks.
Speaking of artwork, this year's graphic and interactive design senior show is currently on display in the Bruce Gallery of Doucette. The show runs from now until May 1st with a special lecture from artist Ryan Kogue at 1 p.m. on April 26th, followed by the reception from 5:30 to 8. All are welcome to come and enjoy the show.
This past Saturday, students gathered for one last Earth Day themed grocery bingo. The University Programming Board hosted 5 games that were played with various groceries such as ramen noodles, Coca-Cola, and big winning prizes such as a Nintendo Switch, Apple iPad Air, and various $25 gift cards. UPB ended with a large group of students and are looking forward to more grocery bingo opportunities and more prizes next fall.
This week marks the start of Student Appreciation Week, with various events around campus to thank students for their hard work all semester. The first of these events was held Monday afternoon at Van North with a wing cook-off. Students had the opportunity to try various wing flavors from Hotel Bar, Empty Keg, Engine House 39, and John Wildwood's Pizza. Students could also cast their vote for their favorite wing and the top 2 vendors. Drinks and snacks were also provided. More events will be hosted throughout the week, so stay tuned to the Edinboro social media pages for the latest updates.
Penn West Military and Veterans Success Center hosted an outdoor event on the back patio of the Polk Student Center. Open to all students, the event included burgers, games, and prizes. Participants at the event could also answer Edinboro trivia, guess the tune, and enjoy other contests to win prizes. As the name implies, along with the games, burgers and hot dogs were served.
Let's check in with our sportscaster Richie Armagost for our weekly Borough Sports Update.
Thanks, Sabrina. Last Sunday, the softball team competed a 4-game sweep against Pitt Johnstown. Leading 6-4 after the 5th inning in Game 1, Madeline singled home Mara, starting a 3-run, leading 9-4, giving the Scots a 9-8 win. The Scots jumped out early for 3 runs on first, giving the Lady Scots an 11-4 win for Game 2. Then on Monday, the Scots traveled back home to go against Pitt Johnstown, and the Scots hit 3 solo home runs off the bat for the first game on Monday, with Higley, Maguire, and Crick taking a 5-2 lead in the fourth, hoping to give the Scots an 8-6 win. Then for Game 2, the Scots took a 12-8 win. Then the softball team went against IUP at the Edinboro softball field on Friday. The Lady Scots fell in the opener, losing to the Crimson Hawks 9-3. Lauren Bush was 2 for 2 with a home run, helping the Scots to win the second game 8-7. Then the Lady Scots went on against Clarion Sunday afternoon. The Scots dropped the first game 16-1 against the Golden Eagles. Bush tossed a complete game to pick up the win, allowing 6 runs, 5 earned, with 7 strikeouts, giving the Scots a 7-6 win. The Lady Scots will be back on the field on Thursday to go against Gannon. The Ultimate Frisbee team traveled to State College this weekend for the West Penn Sectionals. Haggis took on 7 games over the weekend, with them starting out going against Penn State and losing 13-1. Then the Scots took on their closest ranking matchup, Slippery Rock, and won 13-5. The Scots were put in a 5th place bracket against Slippery Rock and won 13-5, where the Scots went on to go against WVU and lost 15-3.
Last year at sectionals, we only got 4 points the whole tournament, got shut out by Pitt. Today, we came out here, scored 5 against them, which is more than all last tournaments. We were pretty hyped about that. Had a great day yesterday.
Wind was pretty unforgiving yesterday, but we're playing good.
Did get sunburned, that's all right. And, kicked some butt, won a game, and, just having fun out here.
Upcoming on Thursday, the men's and women's track teams will be traveling to Philadelphia for the Penn Relays. The softball team will go up against Cal on Friday. And the women's lacrosse team will be traveling to Lock Haven on Saturday. That's all for this week. For more details and updates for sports, go to GoFightingScots.com.
Now let's head over to Aaron Cronin with this week's weather.
Thanks, Jay. And now let's get into this week's weather rundown. Looking up here, it's getting pretty sunny, but not without a few showers on the way. Here on Tuesday, it's 62 high, 47 low, partially cloudy, a little bit of that rain coming in. On Wednesday, it's 47 as a high, 27 as a low. It's rainy. On Thursday, it's 57 high, 34 low. Nice and sunny for the next 2 days. With Friday, hottest day of the week, 71 as a high. Make sure you guys get that sunscreen on with that 52 as a low. Saturday, 68, 61, partially cloudy, a little rainy. And then on Sunday, it's rainy again, but it's going to be a little warm at least, 70 and 54. Make sure you guys get out there and vote on Tuesday. But that's all I have for you guys. Back to you in the studio.
That's all we have for this week's episode. If you're watching prior to April 23rd at 8 p.m., make sure to head out to the polls and vote. Catch us next week for our last show of the semester, and we will see you then on Edinboro Essentials.